which I'm glad I did. And I sent it to Stephanie and said, you need to send this to her and tell her what happened.
It's her fault. Oh, wow. We're already live on YouTube. Yes, we are. We're already live on YouTube. We are now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, moms and dads, we are live on Facebook Live. We are live on Comedy Schools Radio Network.com. We are live around the world. Around the world, ladies and gentlemen, nonstop hilarity will now ensue for 30, count them, not 10, not 20, but 30 minutes. My name is Tony Vicich, and you are watching Living on a Thin Line with Tony Vicich. You might be watching with someone else, too. There might be someone else you're with, but I'm going to be with you every day when you watch the show because it's my show. So we come to you every day at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. They're about Arizona time. We are your daily distraction from all the anger, anxiety, weirdness, hoopla, and other sundry negative things in the world today. We come to you on 3 platforms: Comedy Schools Radio Network.com, our flagship, now 5 or 6 years running. I don't know how long now. Do we know how long, Cheryl? Comedy Schools Radio Network.com has been live. A lot of great interviews there, too, from back when we were on terrestrial radio and our other internet-based radio shows. We are also live on YouTube on Comedy Skills, and we are live here on Facebook Live. The show is based around tres hombres. No. 3 things, ladies and gentlemen, 3. And they are your questions and comments left here on one of the aforementioned social media platforms. Just got to kind of type it or thumb it in, and we will do our best to connect up with you. Also, it's based around some doodad, hoopla, not hoopla, doodad, or autograph or memorabilia, or some little trinket we have laying around here in the home office that we attempt to weave a story around. And we recommend 2 artists or 2 pieces of music based on our vast and mighty vinyl album collection. And right now, we actually do not have albums to show you today. We do have stuff here that we are going to share with you, but it's going to be CDs today. Don't you feel modern? Don't you feel like you've gone right into the 20th century? Well, no, Tone, because they are like, really, really old. Those things have been around forever. I don't get it. Let me see here. I'm looking for something really fun to share with you. We're going to go with... we're going to go with these 2 here. I don't know if you saw, I was trying to sneakily kill time and act like I was prepared for today's show. Well, I'm not. I was up till almost 3 a.m. But, I still can't sleep at night, even though I'm not a night ranger anymore. I'm not a midnight rambler. I'm not a rock and roller. I'm not a hoochie coocher. Even though I still stay up that late. I've always stayed up there late, even when I was a little kid, and I had no reason to stay up late. As a matter of fact, I got in trouble for staying up late. Go to bed. Shut up. Go to bed. Why aren't you asleep? Oh, because you're yelling at me. Even then, I stayed up late. It served me well during my younger adult years when I was a party animal, and now it serves no purpose whatsoever, especially when you have a day like today when I got up at 7 a.m. Why so early, Tone? If you were up till 3, first off, Tony, what were you doing up till 3 o'clock in the morning? What kind of trouble you're causing? I'll tell you what I was doing. My wife, who happens to be the producer of the show Shirley Vicich, and I are binge watching La Reina del Sur, the Queen of the South, with Kate del Castillo. It is a 60-episode. It's not really a telenova. It's a 1-hour primetime television show. It was what came out on Telemundo in 2019. Apparently, it oftentimes did better than shows on ABC, CBS, or NBC. It's a fun show. It's an action, adventure, drama, suspense. It is the story of Teresa Mendoza, an innocent young woman who enters into the world an orphan, becomes a money changer, starts dating a drug dealer, and then becomes the queen of drug dealers in Europe. Now, and that was in 2011. That's when it was like taped, and it looked like a soap opera. Now, in the new one, she has retired and is living quietly under DEA protection in Italiana when her daughter is kidnapped, forcing her back into a life of crime. And you know what? And it's pretty good. It's as silly as any action adventure. It's as silly as any long show that's interwoven with a lot of different personalities and storylines and subplots. But it's also really, really good and really well made. And we had that issue of going, all right, we're going to watch 2. And at the end of a second one, going, oh, we got to watch one more and see what happens. Oh, we got to watch one more and see what happens. So I was binge watching. I don't know if you binge watch, but I do know that you do because it has become a thing. You know what show became, and you know, you don't have to quote me on this. You can then find out if I'm a liar. The number one, I got like something in my eye. So my eye's a little itchy. The number one, the show that became the most bingeable show ever, 24 with Kiefer. That almost sounds like someone can't speak properly. Hey, let's go talk to Kiefer. You mean Keith? No, Kiefer. Okay. 24 with Kiefer Sutherland became the most binged watched show at one time because once it came out on DVD, people got it and just binged watched it like crazy. My daughter, Alicia, and I never saw 24 during its regular time on Fox. But I binge watched it shortly thereafter, and we could not stop watching. And that was really bad because she was like a kid in school. And it'd be like Sunday night, and we'd get a 10-episode DVD. We'd go to Blockbuster just waiting for the next one to come out and just watch them going, we got to turn it off. You got to go to school and one more. And we'd be up all night watching them. I actually ran into one of the actors from 24 way back in 2009 at a party on Sunset Boulevard. A red-haired guy, he played like a cop. And I told him, I says, my daughter and I just watched that show nonstop till we're bleary-eyed. He goes, I heard people do that. Then we found out that it had become a thing. We had become part of an organic movement in America of binge-watching television shows. And now, many years later, I find myself binge-watching again and binge-watching La Reina del Sur till 3 a.m. So if I seem a little goofy or seem a little dingy, and I know what all you were saying. You're going, yeah, no more goofier or dingier than normal. If I seem a little foggy, if I seem a little cloudy, if I seem a little blue, it's because I only had 4 hours sleep. I did just take a 1 hour nap too, and I'm barely awake from it. But I have responsibilities as a grown man. And you have to live up to your responsibilities. And one of my responsibilities is that this guy, say hi, come on all the way in. This guy came over this morning at 7 a.m. He came over and said, let's party, man. Who wants to party?
I never said that.
That's what you said.
No.
You said, hey, man.
I never said that.
It's party time.
I never said that.
He goes, party, man. Let's party up. Let's party like it's 1999.
No. No!
There you are, kissed by a grandpa. We're going to get right to that. He came over today. We hadn't seen him in a while. We're glad he's here. We got to experience something, a shout out, a real shout out. I'm going to do 2 quick shout outs, and I'm going to get to today's knick-knack, and you're going to love it. 2 shout outs. First off, shout outs to everybody who's teaching school online, everybody who's teaching kindergarten and preschool and grade school and junior high and high school and college. You know, I teach a comedy class online, and I love it. And it's pretty darn easy because I'm working with adults that want to do something. But for all you teachers working with little kids, my daughter is a kindergarten teacher in Los Angeles doing it online. My daughter, Stephanie, okay, she's teaching school online, and we got to watch Sullivan today. The kid over there who didn't say, let's party. He never said it. He never said, let's party, man. He really said it. He said it. He woke me up saying it. Help me. Ow, see, I'm being abused. And we got to watch him, experience him being on school online. And man, my hat's off, metaphorically, because it's a pain in the ass to take this off during the show. My hat's off to them. One more somber moment, okay? And of course, my hat is off too, and we pay tribute to, and we took a moment of silence and reflection this morning to all the victims of 9/11, all low, almost 19 years ago now, September 11, 2001, the horrific devastation of the Twin Towers in New York City, of the Pentagon, and without the brave actions of great, normal, everyday Americans, would have been the White House as well. So a real tribute to them. It's always kind of an important day to me because 19 years ago today, I had just started my business, comedyschools.com. Had no idea I'd be doing it. I had actually been doing it in San Diego, but here in Arizona, September 11, 2001 was supposed to be when my first advanced class would begin. Obviously, it got postponed. Okay, and I was staying in a hotel in Tempe, Arizona, staying at the Best Western. If you're ever in the greater Phoenix area, you're ever at the 202, you get to the 202 in rural, 202 in Scottsdale Road, and you go and say north, okay, and then you get off the ramp, make a right. There is a Best Western hotel there, and that's where I was staying that morning, and was stranded here for a week. Which, is small potatoes compared to what so many people went through. Okay, and now I'm stranded here permanently because of this job. So we pay homage and tribute to the people who lost their lives, to our brave first responders. I got a lot of stories about 9/11 and stories surrounding it. Our hats off to people who lost their lives, the brave first responders, all of our military people who then went into overdrive to help keep us safe and protect us. We want to thank all of you. Okay, let's do this now. Like I said, we start out with, let's see, Kevin Brown says, the party of 1999 was better than any in 2020. We're going to party like it's 19. We're going to have a party right now. I'm going to introduce you to, usually maybe I got a bobblehead today. I got something real today. I'm going to show it to you now.
It's alive.
It's alive. It's alive. Showing up on Facebook Live for the first time, on YouTube, and on Comedy Schools Radio Network. Ladies and gentlemen, get him over here a little bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ray. Hi, Ray. Hello, Ray. Ray, being held by Sullivan. Hold him up for the YouTube people to see as well, too. Now, right there. There you go. All right. Now, let's bring it back over here again a little bit so people can see him. That is... a little bit over here now if you can. We're safe. There we go. Look at that, man. There's a happy picture. That is Ray, named after Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the great middleweights in the late 40s, early 50s. Go ahead, take him away now so he doesn't go up you think. That is Ray. We named him after Sugar Ray Robinson because he's a fighter, and his nickname, which my wife doesn't like, is Ray the Dumpster Cat.
No, it's not.
She says, no, it's not. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you the story about Ray and the Dumpster Cat.
And it takes place in a dumpster, obviously.
Takes place in a dumpster, obviously. My wife Shirley was leaving her parents' home. She was out visiting her parents, wonderful people who are in their 90s and just sweet, wonderful, wise, and tough as nails. And she was out visiting them. And I don't get to see them hardly at all because of this hoo-ha that we're going through right now. One of my dogs has a cough. I don't know if you hear that back. Kevin Brown says, Ray the Dumpster Cat. Hey, Ray. Hey, Ray. She was out visiting. There's construction at a home nearby. She went to throw some trash in it, being a good person who's like in a litter, and heard a wail and a scream and a howl coming from that dumpster and looked inside, and there was Ray. Little bitty tiny Ray still had his umbilical cord attached. She scooped him up. You ever heard of people dumpster diving, to get like clothes or food? My wife dumpster dived for a kitten. And I was sitting home and I heard her come home. And I heard her go, "You're going to want to come downstairs." And I went, all right, what's going on? Is there a leak? Is there a leak somewhere? All right. Top Cat. Ray Top Cat is the middle name. Yeah, there you go. Top Cat. It was a good cartoon, too. And I went downstairs and there she had Ray. little Ray, who probably was less than 1 day old. And he's now almost 3 weeks old. And he's alive and he's kicking. And my hat's off once again. My head would be coming off a lot today with all the people I have to acknowledge and appreciate and thank. My hat is off to her because for a couple of weeks, she got up every 2 hours and fed that little guy. She took care of him. It's called neonatal, because they're not supposed to be away from their parents yet. He's a little neonatal cat. And she's made him alive and healthy and wealthy and wise. So we now have 1, 2, 3 animals in our home. We have the mighty Roscoe. He's a rescue dog. We have Chica, who's been with us for going on 15 years now. And the newest addition to the family, Ray, the dumpster cat. So I want to show you that. I don't know if any of you ever rescued an animal. There are laws and rules of the universe about what you got to do and what you got to do. You can't leave you can't leave a drowning man adrift. Okay. You can't, if you see a baby. I saw a baby wandering in the middle of the street once. I went out and grabbed it as the car was coming down the street. And then the parents were like, hey, and I go, your baby is out in the street. They were turned around talking. They were like crack smoking or something. And if you find an animal in a dumpster, you have to rescue it. I don't know who the sons of bitches were who said, all right, here's how we're going to deal with this little guy. It's probably the runt. The world is probably a worse place because of the way we treat the weakest, the physically weakest of us in their early years. The runt of the litter. Because oftentimes the runt of the litter, has the biggest heart of all. Oftentimes it is the mismatch, the odd, the weird, the bizarre, the people who feel like outsiders, the ones who feel comfortable in their own skin, the ones that make us draw back a little bit because they're different. The runts and the different of the litter oftentimes become the most wonderful. So if you're ever walking down the street, ladies and gentlemen, minding your own business, just whistling a tune, whistling, the terms are, whistling zippity doo-dah or whistling Dixie, but you don't whistle those songs anymore because they bother some people. And, by the way, if you're bothered by a song, that's on you. If a melody triggers you, seek professional help. Just because a bunch of bad people like something doesn't mean that the thing that is bad. People are like that about cats for a long time. I remember telling a guy one time, a guy had come to pick up stuff that I was donating at my house. And I had 2 cats years ago in Los Angeles. And I had my daughter, and she was maybe like a year old. And these people came to pick it up, and they came and they go, oh, you got a cat? And I go, yeah. And they go, and a baby too. And I go, yeah. And they go, aren't you worried about it? I always heard that you can't have cats around babies. And they go, why? Because I hear that they'll reach in the mouth and snatch out the milk. And those kind of horrible thoughts, those kind of I don't know what you would call them. They're not urban legends, myths, dark biases, lead so many people down dark paths. If you're ever walking down the street, if you're walking down the road and you're warbling a ditty, you're going, hi, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. There, I don't know if anybody's triggered by that song. It's not really a song. It's a poem. By the way, anybody out there, are there any poems that are triggering poems? You want to know how subliterate America is? No one's triggered by a poem. Oh, we're triggered by songs. Oh, we're triggered by movies. No one ever goes, there's a piece of doggerel that I think should be wiped from the face of the earth because of its systematic hoo-ha. There, I just used the word hoo-ha. You fill in your own thing. And then you're walking by a dumpster and you're walking down a lonely road. And all of a sudden you hear a wail and a cry coming from that dumpster. You must, by the laws of the universe. And I don't know if there's a heaven and I don't know if there's a hell. But if there's a heaven and you pass by that dumpster, you don't rescue that little creature, you're going to hell. Hell! Okay? All right. Hey, Abhinav Goyal asked if I'm going to start a duo act with Ray. Abhinav, if I did, I wouldn't need you for an opening act anymore. You know what, Cheryl? Maybe if we got Ray around, we won't need to have Abhinav go to this place like St. Louis and New York like he has many times and be one of our opening acts because we'll have Ray. when I was going, I'm going to become a famous producer anyway. No, we're going to keep Ray out of show business. We're gonna work hard and sacrifice and send him off to Harvard and Yale. Ray can become a doctor and become a lawyer, because we have plans for Ray, because a lawyer with one briefcase is worth more than a man with 1,000 guns. Hey, okie doke. All right, you got to see the original presentation of Ray, Sugar Ray Vicich. Sugar Ray Vicich. For those of you just tuning in right now, you missed out. You didn't get to see Ray. You have to go back and watch the beginning of the show, and you will see a less than 3-week neonatal cat that is surviving and thriving, and we are happy about it. And who doesn't want to see a brief couple of minutes of a neonatal cat brought to you by my grandson on a little pillar? Not a pillar. Like if I say it like that, then you're thinking of like some sort of column. Not a column. A pillar is a rural way to say pillow. And not a Mike Langdell pillow either. Not a my pillow that actually will save you for the coronavirus, because when you sleep, when you're face down, okay, because you got the coronavirus, we can shove a tube right through Mike Lindell's pillow and you can still have a good night's sleep. Okay. Enough of that silliness. Hey, last night was the last night of the inaugural run of open mic nights at JP's Comedy Club, 860 East Warner Road, Gilbert. I keep wanting to say a different town. Gilbert, Arizona, Greater Phoenix. Our good friend Jim Perry and I have opened up a great new comedy club just for you. When I say just for you, we can't let that many people in because of coronavirus restrictions. So some nights it will be, if you're there, just for you. But now is the time to start. Open now for when the world opens and you will be ready to rock and roll. Safe, socially distant shows, all right, in the newest and prettiest comedy club in all the land, JP's Comedy Club. We kicked it off last week with four open mic nights to open it up to the burgeoning, creative, and exciting local comedy community here in the Greater Phoenix area. Last night was the 5th and final. We will have other open mic nights, but no more shows at JP's Comedy Club. What? No more shows? No more shows until next Thursday, September 17th. Where? September 17th, 18th, and 19th. I will be headlining JP's Comedy Club along with none other than Jim Perry himself. It's going to be a real fun run of shows. 5 shows over 3 nights. We will Zoom at least one of those shows and allow people to purchase tickets throughout the world to see that great show. For the rest of your tickets, only $15. Go to jpscomedyclub.com. Get advanced tickets. Only 40 or 50 tickets available per show right now. Less than 50% capacity. We're going to do it right. We're going to do it safe. We're going to do it secure. We're going to make it so people are going to be able to enjoy themselves. Going to Zoom some of the shows so that a larger audience can enjoy themselves as well. jpscomedyclub.com, jpscomedyclub.com. Just go there and purchase your advance tickets now so you're not left out in the cold. You're going to want to especially try to get tickets if you can. Here we come again. Ooh, getting tickets if we can. Ooh. Especially for September 19th, the first show, which I think it's a 7 o'clock show. I'm not too sure. That's too early, but I think right now we're doing 7 o'clock shows. Anyway, the first show, September 19th, because one lucky person, we're going to be giving away a raffle ticket with each and every ticket purchase. And you'll be able to come in there. You're going to sit down and watch some fine entertainment. And then one lucky person, we're going to draw a name from a hat. A top hat. We have a top hat. Not a name, but a number. We're going to turn you into a number. We're going to pull that ticket out. And whoever has that matching ticket will win a rare, and only 2 of them existence in the entire world, Tony Vicich bobblehead. That's right. There's going to be 2 of this bobblehead, ladies and gentlemen. They're being manufactured as we speak. They're being meticulously handcrafted, painted, little tiny fingers we've got elves working on it, and they're going to make the most beautiful bobblehead in all the land. And when you find it, you'll also find the end of the rainbow and find a pot of gold. There will be one of the two of the Tony Vicich bobbleheads will be given away to one lucky winner Saturday night, September 19th at JP's Comedy Club. So if you're in the greater Phoenix area, you're so lucky. You're so lucky because you'll get to be able to come and see the show live. That might be the one that we zoom. A zoom, 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 zoom. One person will be able to win. They will take home the prize, the grand prize. A rare item indeed. Why only be two? Because I'm making one for my own damn self. I'm making one for myself that I can then show on the show. Okay? And can add it to all the other rescue. I think it's symbolic. We've rescued cats. We rescue bobbleheads. We are, you've heard of Jim Dandy to the rescue? We are Tony Vicich, Tony and Shirley to the rescue. Go, Tony and Shirley. Go, Tony and Shirley. We're going to have the symbolic keeper of the flame here with, lo and behold, all the bobbleheads. You can't see them. They're all over there right now. They've taken over that side of the how. So that's coming up. JP's Comedy Club. Also, if you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all persuasions, listen now and listen good. You still have an opportunity to join our live in-person stand-up comedy show. I can see Sullivan on YouTube, but not on Facebook. He's fiddle-faddling under there. Down where the wires are. I don't know what he's doing under them wires. You can still join our beginning basic stand-up comedy class this Monday night at 7:30 p.m. I'm losing track of what time I'm going to be where. 7:30 p.m. Arizona time. We will be live and in person with that workshop at JP's Comedy Club in Gilbert, Arizona. Still a chance to join Class 1 this Monday. Next Thursday is Class 2, but you can still join that as well of our online Zoom beginning stand-up comedy workshop. So even if you don't live around here and you still want to afford yourself this opportunity, just go to comedyschools.com, click the beginner class link, pay and register, and we'll see you next Thursday. So I got stuff for you.
Minutes.
What's that?
You have 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. Have we already gone? We've gone 27 minutes?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Are you being serious? Well, you know what? That's our show today. That's our show. Do you notice how professional is here? Nobody gives me a sign or anything. Just shout to me, 3 minutes. Get off. I'm waiting for the show. Hey, I'm just doing the show, and she yells from somewhere in the house, get off. There's Sullivan saying goodbye. I don't know what he's doing on the floor there. Okay, it probably
Making a keychain.
He's making a keychain. He's making a keychain. I'm making a Facebook Live. I'm making a podcast. I'm making a YouTube video. We are multitasking. I want to thank all you guys for watching today. Okay, I hope you had fun. I had fun. It was a blast. It was a real treat for us to introduce the world to Ray, named after Sugar Ray Robinson. Okay, Ray the Fighter, Ray the Dumpster Cat. To all you guys, some have already called him Ray. Some are calling him Top Cat. But he's a fighter and he's alive. You keep alive too. Keep hope alive. Keep faith alive. We're going to keep doing this show just to give ourselves and you something to do, fun in the middle of the day, a distraction from all the anger, anxiety, weirdness, and hoopla in the world today. All right? I will see all of you mañana. Now, tomorrow is tomorrow it's Saturday. Is the only time I don't do it at 2. I do it at 7 p.m. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Friday, mañana, and tonight at 6 o'clock. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't write me. Don't talk to me. I'm going to be glued to the TV watching the Los Angeles Clippers in what could be a deciding game where they go on to the third round for the first time in history of the NBA Finals. Thank you very much. That's all. You've been watching Living on a Thin Line. Bye-bye.